You're watching the Dallas Cowboys Report, presented today by Manscaped. After all, it is messed that one up pretty good. Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Not a great start right there. Cowboys Report is sponsored by Manscaped, manscaped.com. Use promo code Cowboys to get 20% off and free shipping on all their top-of-the-line men's grooming products. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys. This is the Cowboys Report. Our first rumor on today's show: could the Cowboys go trade for Brandin Cooks? This one is interesting to say the least. I'm going to give it 1 star. The background here is that the Cowboys, according to Jordan Schultz, were among the teams that tried to trade, or at least called the Texans about trading for Brandin Cooks. Now, the Texans allegedly, and this part's per Mike Fisher, won a second-round pick for Brandin Cooks. Now, that report also said, but we're not going to trade Cooks. So we're not going to trade him, but we're going to be able to make that work. If we were to do it, this is what we would be searching for there in the end. So maybe they are open to trading away Brandin Cooks. I would be very surprised if the Cowboys made an offer that is remotely similar to what the Texans would be wanting for Brandin Cooks. Other teams that were linked, by the way, per that Jordan Schultz report: the Green Bay Packers, Dallas Cowboys, New Orleans Saints, Philadelphia Eagles, and the New York Jets. Now, again, I'm not quite sure that's a likely outcome for the Cowboys, given some of those teams are a bit more aggressive in adding a receiver. The Texans wanting a second, I think, is a bit rich after what we saw Amari Cooper go for, although they got a lot for Deshaun Watson, so you give them some credit on that front there. This feels and just stinks of due diligence by the Cowboys organization. Clearly, between their leak of their Devontae Parker interest and this getting out there and just looking at their roster, we know this team is looking for more wide receiver help. We know they do not want to be done at this position. The contract they gave James Washington, all of those things are indicative of a team that goes, yeah, we're still looking for another good receiver, another good playmaker that they don't feel like they have right now at their current roster at the current moment. So we'll see what happens on that front for the Cowboys, but I don't think they're done adding receiver help. I just find it a lot more likely it comes via the draft than it does via a trade. Maybe if you miss on the guys round 1, round 2, maybe you call and offer the third at that point. So I want an honest answer here for me. What is the % chance that the Cowboys go out and trade for Brandin Cooks? Let me know right now in the comments section. Be honest with me, the % chance the Cowboys trade for Cooks. Let's talk draft now. The Cowboys won't draft Tyler Linderbaum. I'm going to give this one 3 stars. And I know Brian Broaddus has mentioned, and I'm in the exact same mold here for Linderbaum, who I love. This falls into what I call the Derwin James category. A couple years ago, we were all wondering, hey, could the Cowboys go get Derwin James? That'd be pretty cool, right? He's an awesome football player. Similar boat for Tyler Linderbaum. But the Cowboys have not shown interest in Linderbaum. And in the past, outside of Micah Parsons to an extent because there were no 30 visits and the CeeDee Lamb year, the Cowboys almost always draft a guy with their first pick off of the 30 visit list or someone they have shown a significant amount of interest in. That has not been the case for Linderbaum. The Cowboys don't hide this stuff because, well, they want ownership, your GM, to meet with your first-round pick at some capacity, which could happen at the Combine, not so much for the Cowboys the way their roster is set up. The Cowboys' 30 visits that could go in round 1 are these 10 guys. 3 receivers: Treylon Burks, Drake London, Chris Olave, Charles Cross, who I don't think gets to you in round 1. Bernard Raymond, I think, is way too early to take in round 1. The guards: Kenyon Green, Zion Johnson, Jordan Davis, the defense tackle, who I don't think gets there, but again, maybe they're thinking, well, if Cross or Davis falls, that's the impact player at a position of value that we want to investigate more. Devin Lloyd and then Quay Walker would be a surprise round 1 pick, but I think both those guys fit what Dan Quinn wants to do a bit more than the organization likes than, say, a Nakobe Dean, who I actually like just as much as Devin Lloyd. So these 10 guys, there is a very good chance at your first-round pick is one of them. I think it's one of the receivers or the guards. You can trim down to those 5 players. But that is the likely path this Dallas Cowboys team ends up pursuing because that is what they've done in the past. That is not a Tyler Linderbaum pick, which I'd take him. We'll see if he's even there, but I'd take him. I'm not sure the Cowboys like him all that much, which is disappointing to me, but they like length, and that is not Linderbaum's strong suit. So what do you think? Who do you believe the Cowboys will draft in round 1? Do you still think maybe it's Linderbaum, or is it somebody else altogether? Let me know right now in the comments section. Today's show is powered by Manscaped. April is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month, and Manscaped's doing everything they can to help eradicate that as well. And they're giving you some great deals on all of their great men's grooming products. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys gets you 20% off and free shipping on everything on their site. From the performance package you see up here to just the Lawnmower 4.0, the Ultra Premium Collection, everything is available at that discount, 20% off and free shipping when you use promo code Cowboys. Let's stick with center, this time free agency focused here. How about signing JC Tretter to go be the center for the Dallas Cowboys? I'm going to give it 1 star. Again, like Linderbaum, I have a lot of interest in doing this myself. I'm not sure the Cowboys feel the exact same way. The idea floated out there by Inside the Star. It's a good idea. It's a logical idea. No disrespect to Nick, I think it was a good thought process. He was a surprise cut by the Cleveland Browns. I was not anticipating him being dumped by that organization because he's good at football, right? Here is, and I think Broadus had mentioned this too, and I agree. I've had the same thought myself. I wonder if being the NFLPA president is a bad thing for Tretter's career, which is not okay, not supposed to have that issue for unions and union heads, but he should be out there. He's a pretty good football player, and he's pretty consistent overall year. I mean, his production this past year was good. I know that he's getting up there in age. I understand all of that. But Tretter's played 16 games, 5 straight seasons. He's on the wrong side of 30. Age is a factor there. I get it. But I think if you get Tretter on your organization right now, you are instantly better at center. And he's even the age where maybe you could sit a little bit and allow Biotis to sit for a year and maybe take back over again next year. So I know the age is a factor. I get that. I've been around the NFL for a long time, but he's still good at football. I don't think he'd be that expensive. It is surprising to me that he remains unsigned. Now, if you want the best Dallas Cowboys coverage on YouTube, subscribe at youtube.com/CowboysTV. Make sure those notifications are set to all. That way you don't miss out on anything that happens with the Dallas Cowboys. Only like 20% of you guys actually have noties turned on. So let's get that changed right now. One last Cowboys rumor here today. How about going out and signing Trai Turner? I'm going to give this 1 star, and I wanted to give it 2 because I'm a little bit more intrigued by it, but there are some problems that I think we have to kind of work our way through on this one. So Bleacher Report went through and named 1 free agent each team could go out and sign. Turner was the pick for the Dallas Cowboys. An offensive guard, unquestionably, is their number 1 need. All right, there's no doubt about that. Offensive guard, you've got 1 starter that this team trusts right now, despite how your scouting staff might have felt about Connor McGovern. The team, the coaches, don't like him right now. And Turner, for the guys out there, he's one of the top 3, I'd say, at minimum there. The problem is, and I think you could also blame the quarterback, and Big Ben being a statue back there in the pocket. 7 sacks. He didn't make guys miss while there were no quarterback hits allowed. 13 hurries, so it's not terrible. He was a lot better in terms of his play in 2021 than his play in 2020. Just 2020, excuse me. He was bad 2020, much better in 2021. And like we mentioned, you've obviously got Zach Martin. He's a stud. Connor McGovern is not it. And, maybe you think Isaac Alarcon could be a piece. Okay, I'm not feeling too optimistic about that one. Here's your number one problem. Trai Turner has only played right guard in his NFL career. It's the only spot he's played. As he approaches 30, it typically gets harder for players to switch sides and make a move to a different technique. If everything's like this, okay, now it's all like this. That seems easy. It's actually a lot more challenging for some players, for example, like Connor McGovern. So that is a significant issue from that standpoint of, hey, can he make the switch? I don't know if he can. And that's partially why I only gave it the 1 star in terms of him being able to play that area. So what I want you guys to do right now, and I've got one coming up here in a second, is I want you to name a free agent that you guys want to go out and sign in the open market. Drop that name for me in the comments right now. Ereck Flowers is my name here, because adding Flowers means you would not have to draft an offensive guard early if the value isn't right. The way this roster sets up right now is that you've got to take a guard top 56, I guess, because you're probably not going to find an instant starter in the 3rd round. Maybe you get lucky there, but you're pigeonholing yourself into that need. So if Flowers is affordable, it's a big if, he can start for you at left guard. He's not great. He's not even as good as Connor Williams was, but it gives you enough that best case, he's your backup. Worst case, he starts for you and holds down the fort until the younger guy you drafted comes along a little bit better. I'm looking at guard as the area I still want to sign somebody. And Flowers, who has been a left guard, intrigues me from that standpoint.